Kyrie Irving, done. No more waiting around for him. I mean, unless you're going to wait until August or September. Another knee surgery for the Celtics point guard, and this one will sideline him for the remainder of the regular season and the playoffs. Irving has not played since March 11th. Made it to the floor for 60 games in his first season here with Boston. Word from Uncle Drew, his own self, on Instagram. Hardest thing to do sometimes is accept the uncontrollable things life throws at you. This season was only a snapshot of what's to come for me. Trust me, the journey back to the top of Mount Everest continues.
Stephen A. Smith on SportsCenter, because this isn't really about the end of the season. This is about the postseason. Stephen A., what happens to the Celtics' chances now with Irving under the knife and out of the lineup?
Well, they virtually plummet. I mean, they're relatively non-existent as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they were knocked out in the first round, whether it's by the Washington Wizards or the Milwaukee Bucks. They simply don't have the offensive firepower to get it done. Kyrie Irving is out. Marcus Smart has been out. Terry Rozier has filled in admirably, but then you've got to go deep to the bench with a Shane Larkin, and he hasn't been nearly as effective. So when you take into account the absence of Kyrie, consider the collateral damage that it has caused. You go from relying heavily on your guard play to relying on the experience of a guy like Al Horford, who has played well this year, but that's not how you win playoff games if you're the Boston Celtics. So when you look at the Washington Wizards getting John Wall back to pair with Bradley Beal, to see a guy like Tomas Satoransky playing, in a starter's role as effectively as he did in John Wall's absence, now relegated to the bench, but capable of doing some things, that puts Washington in a better position. In the case of the Milwaukee Bucks, the Greek Freak with Middleton, with the return of Jabari Parker, you just look at them and they're obviously going to be better. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Boston Celtics ended up going home in the first round.
Let's say Brad Stevens works some magic, though. They go through.
He can.
And we go to the top of the East, and you look at the other contenders there with Toronto and Cleveland. Who benefits more with Kyrie Irving not playing?
Well, unfortunately, it's LeBron James. And the reason I say unfortunately is because the best player in the world, you want to talk about seeing him go up against somebody who's highly motivated to knock him off. Consider the fact that Kyrie Irving departed from Cleveland of his own volition because he wanted out of Cleveland, wanted not to play for LeBron James anymore. That's a confrontation that everybody was looking for. And now we don't get to see that. And that's unfortunate, very, very sad for us. But if you're LeBron James, it's convenient for you because you don't have to worry about that kind of confrontation and all the hype and hoopla that would come with it. He benefits.
So I'm trying to sort this all out. We have the big trade, and in the end, Kyrie, IT, the whole thing, we're left with the Nets pick. I mean, that's it, right? That's all that's come out of this whole thing.
Well, you could say that's for now, but we all know that Boston's going to be the team of the future. Once Gordon Hayward gets back, along with Kyrie Irving, and you consider what we've seen from Jason Tatum, the number 3 overall pick in the draft last year. You consider what we see from Jaylen Brown, who's just a second-year player. The exceptional coaching of the young Brad Stevens. The exceptional stewardship of Danny Ainge. This is a team on the rise, and as of next year, it's conceivable that the Boston Celtics will absolutely be the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, even if LeBron James remains in the Eastern Conference. So those are all things to consider for the future. We can't ignore that. It's just for the immediate future, the moment in question. We've lost a lot by losing Kyrie Irving for the postseason.
Eastern Conference will have 8 teams to watch and enjoy. Stephen A. Smith, thanks, man.
No problem.